Hey, how are you? Make a quick video here. This is take 737 on them. I don't do very well with cameras and videos, but I wanted to talk about something that I've got coming out for the Schumacher Mi9 and touch on a couple other cars. But TPU bumpers. Everybody knows them. They've been around a while now. You know, flexible, 3D printable, all these different designs, ideas, concepts, whatnot. My little spin on it. So it's not new to us. It's not new to Cree's builds. I've been doing them for a while. Been 3D printing for a while. Just don't get into much production of it because everybody else out there with a printer and free Fusion download can make it, sell it. So use them a lot for prototyping, but TPU bumpers are just making things a lot easier for myself, and been bringing them out for, like, last year we've got the GT12 versions for the Awesomatics A12, the Schumacher Eclipse 4 and 5s, with what I call a crumple zone in them. You can actually trim them. It is printing rubber. You could cut it with Lexan scissors and kind of make it a little bit different for your body. It's worked out very well. So 2 years ago is when I started making the GT12s, and then last year I started selling them. So, you know, I do a lot of 3D items that are just giveaways. The ARC, the A10, you know, buy a chassis, get a bumper. So I use my 3D printing for a lot of stuff like that, a lot of promos. Free, you know, fan, I forgot what I did that promo on. But I put a little bit of a spin. A lot of guys I see out there, they're just, you know, bricks. They're just square block bumpers and whatnot. But I kind of try to look at all corners of it. So typical honeycomb design, no different than anyone else. I don't have that fancy quarter cubic. No, I forgot what it was called. Print mesh in there, like some of the ones. Kind of makes them really soft. I don't know how well they break down or whatnot, but so here's a Mugen one. You can see the middle is right where my mouth is. My mug is middle is removed. It's just to take weight away, makes it a little bit squishier. My bumpers, I put what I call an anti-skid on it. You know, the TPU is pretty firm. It's not going to collapse on you while you're running, not like a foam bumper, which is really what got me into making the Mugen one. My Mugen actually collapsed and got stuck down because the inside holes are blown out from hitting shit. But the TPU stands up to it. You know, even my GT12s or my 12 scales, as much as I've hit, I've never had them collapse and stay tucked and not be able to come back to shape. So that's what I really liked about the TPU and why I started doing more of it. The ARC, the 2025 A10, great car, shameless plug. I do the bumper on that also. You can see the middle as well. It's just weight. It softens it up a little bit right there on the nose of the car. I do always kind of leave a little bit of air space up here, different noses and curves and whatnot, but I try to get them snug against the corners. And like this one, you can see the contour right here. Same thing with the Mugen, it's kind of contoured down. It's not just a brick like a lot of the other ones. So we run a lot of different bodies with setbacks on the noses. So you got this big brick inside there, it kind of cuts it back so it'll fit nicer there. I'll show you my arc real quick here. Get the body just kind of sitting on posts. You know, a little bit of airspace up there, but firm against the body there. That's kind of that's how I design them. You see it mounted on the car, and I'll be honest, for the arc, what I found with that section cut out in the middle, there's a nice 15-gram weight dead center on the nose. Just helps them, you know, bias and whatnot. But that's not what this is about. Here's the Mugen. That's my asphalt car. You know, it still takes some force to push it in, but it's soft. It's gonna absorb it. You know, in a corner shot, it's gonna. You're not actually going that way, but you know, the corner's gonna absorb it. This video is about the Mi9. So, outfitting that car, I got an idea, I'll be honest, off of a picture of someone else's TPU bumper. The way they designed it and the way it looked, I thought it was adjustable. And I asked them, hey, are you making it adjustable? You know, is it gonna, you know, is that what this does? And they're like, no, we went back, they tried it, they didn't really have good luck with it. Not to make it sound like it's not possible to be done. So I said, all right, well, let me see what I can do. And now that I'm back driving the Schumacher, of course, that's the first one I make it for. I don't know if it's going to be made for the Mugen. I don't know. I could size it up. The arc is a little bit more difficult, just because the posts that whatnot kind of flare out, but who knows. Right now it's just the Schumacher Mi9. So you've got three positions. You've got, call it 0, that's centered wheel well on the wheel, and then you got 3mm forward and you got 6mm forward. So how it's done is, of course, 3D printed parts. 2 inserts. These are printed out of PETG, very weather friendly, low, you know, warpage, pretty flexible. I'll start it out now. Accidents happen. If you break one of these, just get in touch with me. We'll figure something out. Not saying these are bulletproof. If you break this, you probably broke a top deck or bent a, you know, banana chassis. I don't know, but it's pretty flexible and pretty durable. So these are printed out of plastic. We'll use that for a turn. And the bumper is obviously TPU. Same thing. Bend, twist, do what you want to it. Boom, it's flat. I have 2 versions of this. I have this one that is 25 grams. It's printed into the back. I have another one that is 32 grams. A little heavier, the difference being honeycombs. You know, big honeycomb, small honeycomb. This is about 1.5 millimeters wall thickness. This is 1 millimeter, so you know, you can see I'm pinching them both together. A little heavier. It's not that it's more durable, just a little heavier. If you want some more nose weight, about 7 grams more. 25 grams, I think, is going to be really the nominal one that everybody's going to want to pick. And I'm going to show you using mine. I've been running it for a week now. And it looks like I'm using a little force. Not really. It's actually coming apart pretty easy. I'm going to start by saying, though, on Schumacher's bumper, this is the same mount from the Mi8. It's actually the same mount from the Mi7 minus the extensions on the end. In all 3 versions, they have had, for lack of words, lack of description, I guess. I'm gonna call it garbage mold inside. There's extra plastic inside here, whether it be from the mold on purpose or it's just the way it gets molded and it happens to be there. It doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't cause any problems when you use the stock foam. It just slides right on there. It doesn't cause any problems. So maybe it's there to make it a tighter fit. I don't know. But for my bumper setup, you're gonna have to take a Dremel and just clean that off and try to smoothen it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. What you want to do is you just want to take your, this is my actual printed insert. You want to make the printed insert just fit easily. You know, it is tight fit. I'm not going to worry about building in a tolerance, finding the right tolerance to make everything just drop on with, you know, filament squish and whatnot. But just smooth those posts out so that you can just push down and the insert goes on. That's like the hardest part about this whole setup. Don't push down. If you have to use excessive force, if you're finding that you're really pushing down, take the insert off and clean up some more of the plastic. Or if you want, and you got reamers, just clean out the hole a little bit more. You don't go much on this, and don't use a sanding disc or a Dremel or anything. It's 3D printed. You're gonna melt it. Just sand off the garbage from the mold. That's all. I'm gonna use the color insert now so we can see what we're doing. So you got two pieces. Let's see, I'm at 11 minutes, trying to keep it under 20. You got two pieces. You got one that's got a 3 imprinted on it somewhere because I can't see on this side. There's a 3 recessed into this. That's 3 millimeters forward from stock. You got another one that has a 0 and a 6 over on this side that the camera can't see. One is 0 is kit. 6, work with me, is 6 millimeters forward. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now the bumper is going to be smooth on one side. That's actually going to be the top of the bumper. There's no fancy curve on this one like the Arc and the Mugen. There is a little bit of a chamfer and some radius here because of the just to try to clean the edge up a little bit. Let me use mine here. So for my car with the Protoform P63, I'm running the 3 millimeter insert. So it's like centered holes is the easiest way. You're going to take the insert, and it is going to be tight again. I'm not going to worry about all the filament clearance. It's going to fit in there snug. If you're finding that it's not fitting in, or you want to make it a little bit easier to change them out, you can take a Dremel or sandpaper and just sand down gently the outside of these. Don't use a lot of Dremeling force on it. PETG will melt and gum up and you'll ruin the insert. Definitely don't try to clearance this out with a Dremel. The rubber, you're going to melt it. So it's going to be a tight fit. Just get it in there. It'll go. And then you're going to squish it down. All the way down. Till it stops. Can't go anymore. And you're going to find that it's flush with the top. Here. We'll do this with the other one. It's flush here. And it's actually flush down here. So that's it. You want to switch it, that's a 3 millimeter. You want to move the body, or you want to try another body that is mounted at 0. Let's pull this one out. I mean, off camera it looks like I'm using force, but it's very easy. And put the, see that? 0 mount in. Press it down, flush, boom. You're at kit 0. Take it out, flip the insert around, you're 6 millimeters forward. So honestly, ideally you could have 3 of the same bodies, 0, 3, and 6mm forward. What one works best for me at this track? You just change an insert. And that's really it. So I don't think I've seen these yet anywhere in all my perusing and browsing on the internets. I don't think I've... Is that my bumper? Yeah, mine wasn't. Tell mine because it doesn't have any of the printings on the side. I did print, can't see it, but Mi9 and the weight. So this one's a 25-gram bumper. Mine is too, but like I said, I don't get all the fancy bells and whistles because I get first run productions. So that is my contribution to try and make the world a better place, I guess. But these will be on the site honestly at some point next week. Probably not this weekend. I've got too much going on with I got alloy chassis I'm trying to get pulled off for a couple other projects that I'm working on for other people. Carbon fiber, I do have things listed. The top decks 1.5 and 2.0 thicknesses for both G10/S2 and carbon fiber. The asphalt guys are coming back that they really enjoy. The 1.5 seems to be the ticket for them. I ran the 1.5 this past weekend, and it was pretty much 3 days on this car as my crash test. Not that, I've been on the 7, I've been on the 8. The 9's been incredible. They did a great job. But carbon fiber chassis, I know asphalt guys are hitting me up still for them. I'm trying to get those out. Some may. Guys are doing very well with them. I've got about a half dozen of them out there off the first run sold. Yes, they were the same as the HGT. So the alloy chassis, they'll be after the carbon. I know carbon guys or carpet guys are already trying to hit me up and find out when I've got them. They'll be after the carbon. I'm just one guy, full-time job during the week, 50 hours, and then coming home and doing this among personal life. So start to finish, it's this guy on the camera is the one doing it all. So I got 2 minutes left. Yeah, so arc bumpers are on the site. Mugens will be up roughly same time as these kits for the Mi9. Top decks are already on the site. Carbon is on order. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks to have more of those chassis. Like I said, the arc, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do an adjustable bumper for because of the mounts on it, which kind of kicks me out of doing them for the X4 guys too. Sorry. Mugen, I'll take a look at that. I do have, they just came in today, the parts for the 800R. So I am gonna get this modeled up for that car and get a couple of testers made and sent out to my drivers with 800s. So I will have that for this car, but I don't know about the other ones. Other than that, 40 seconds left. I think I'm gonna do it. Thanks again for all the support. Thanks again for watching. I couldn't think of anything else to say. And I hope to, maybe I get to see some of you out on carpet tracks, maybe some on asphalt if you come locally to me. It's not my favorites, but I do run it. It is fun. Other than that, thank you, and maybe see you at the track.